Hello there, future confident English speakers. We know this incredible journey of learning a new language can sometimes feel a bit like trying to navigate through a dense fog.
Mm.
You're eager to express yourself naturally, to truly capture what you mean, but sometimes those perfect words just aren't quite there, right?
Yeah, it can be really frustrating.
This is especially true when it comes to those everyday conversations, like talking about the weather. You might find yourself using the same few words again and again, wishing you could sound more native, more expressive, more you.
Definitely. You want that richness.
Well, today, we are absolutely putting our feet in your shoes. We understand that feeling, and we're here to give you a genuine shortcut to mastering one of the most common, most universal small talk topics in the world, the weather.
It really is universal, isn't it?
Totally. This deep dive is entirely focused on empowering you to describe the world outside your window, and indeed the world at large, with a rich, natural, and truly expressive English vocabulary. We're going to go far beyond simply saying it's sunny or it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Our mission is to unlock a treasure trove of real English weather expressions that are truly used in daily life, helping you paint vivid pictures with your words.
That's the key, painting pictures.
And believe me, it gets even more interesting. We're then going to embark on a fascinating journey across incredibly diverse global climates, particularly exploring the amazing variety of weather across different regions.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
This will help you connect language directly to real-world experiences so you can see how these words come alive. Get ready for some serious aha moments, because here's where it gets really interesting.
What's truly fascinating here, beyond just the vocabulary, is that weather isn't just about temperature or precipitation. It's fundamentally about how people live, how they travel, what they eat, and how they experience life itself.
Right, it connects to everything.
By truly understanding these expressions and connecting them to different environments and cultures, you're not just learning new words. You're gaining profound cultural insight.
Yeah.
You're acquiring a richer, more nuanced way to describe the world around you, and, crucially, the shared human experience of living within it.
That's so important.
This raises an important question for us. How can we move beyond simple factual descriptions to genuinely painting a picture with words, conveying not just information, but also feeling and context?
That's the core of it, exactly. So whether you're prepping for an upcoming trip, catching up on a particular field of study, or you're just someone who is incredibly curious about how language connects to the world, this deep dive is absolutely your guide.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack all of this and truly transform your weather vocabulary, giving you the confidence to talk about anything the sky throws your way. So let's begin by exploring why this topic, talking about the weather, is so incredibly vital for English learners. What makes it such an indispensable part of your English toolkit?
Yeah, why focus so much on weather?
Think about it. When you meet someone new or even just encounter an acquaintance you haven't seen in a while, what's one of the first most natural things you might comment on?
Yeah, it's often the weather, isn't it?
Almost universally, it's the weather. It's a truly universal connector, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Whether you find yourself in the bustling streets of New York, the historic lanes of London, the vibrant markets of Delhi, or the serene temples of Tokyo, people often instinctively begin conversations with a simple, "How's the weather today?"
It's that safe ground.
It's a safe, neutral, and universally understood starting point. It's that easy, low-stakes opening that allows you to transition into deeper conversation or simply bond over a shared immediate experience.
Right, you don't need any prior knowledge of the person.
Exactly. You don't need to know anything specific about the other person. You just need to be experiencing the same sky.
Exactly. And the genius of weather as a conversation starter lies in its immediacy and neutrality.
Yeah.
Everyone experiences it, it's constantly changing, and it's generally non-controversial.
That's a good point. Non-controversial.
It provides a common ground instantly. It's not just a filler, it's a social lubricant that helps bridge initial awkwardness and creates an opening for connection.
A social lubricant. I like that. And mastering this topic builds immense confidence. Imagine yourself in any English-speaking situation. Maybe it's a casual coffee shop interaction, a networking event, or even just chatting with your neighbor. If you have a natural, easy way to start a conversation, you immediately feel more comfortable and capable. You won't be searching for words. You'll be confidently engaging, making a positive first impression.
That confidence piece is huge for language learners.
Definitely. But our goal today isn't just to communicate the basic facts about the weather. Anyone can learn to say, "It's sunny," or it's gonna rain.
Right, the basics are easy enough.
The real power, the aha moment, comes in moving far beyond those basics. We want you to communicate naturally and expressively.
Yes.
We want you to sound like you've been speaking English your whole life, painting vivid pictures with your words, and truly engaging in the nuances of daily conversation. That's precisely what this deep dive is designed to help you achieve.
Okay, let's get into those nuances, unpacking common sentence structures. Before we jump into the exciting array of specific vocabulary, let's ensure you're absolutely comfortable with the foundational sentence structures.
Okay, the building blocks.
Think of these 3 simple forms as your essential building blocks. Once you have these down, you can easily plug in any of the new vocabulary we're about to explore, making your speech sound natural and fluid.
Makes sense. What's the first one?
Our first structure, and arguably your most direct and common, is simply its adjective. For instance, it's sunny.
Right. It's cold, it's cloudy, simple.
Exactly. This is straightforward, universally understood, and perfect for making a direct statement about the current weather condition. You're simply stating a quality of the weather.
Okay, got it. What's next?
Secondly, you can add a little more emphasis, perhaps encompassing the general atmosphere of the entire day with "it's an adjective day."
Ah, okay, so it's a sunny day.
Precisely. Instead of just "it's sunny," you might elevate it to "it's a sunny day." This broadens your description, letting your listener know you're commenting on the overall feel of the day.
Right, like the whole vibe of the day.
Exactly, the vibe. And finally, for a slightly more casual, conversational touch, for one that native speakers use all the time we have, it's an adjective one today.
It's a sunny one today. I hear that a lot.
You do. It's a very common, almost idiomatic way to express the same idea, but it adds a touch of informal ease and rapport.
Yeah, it sounds friendlier somehow.
It does. It feels less like a report and more like you're sharing an observation with a friend, inviting agreement or further comment.
Those 3 are incredibly versatile. You'll hear us using them throughout our deep dive.
Definitely.
As we introduce new adjectives and phrases, I encourage you, the listener, to try fitting them into these 3 structures in your head. Practice them, play with them, make them your own.
That's the way to learn them.
You'll find yourself speaking more naturally and expressively in no time. They truly are the foundational keys to all your weather talk. All right, when the sun decides to make an appearance, we have so much more to say than just sunny. Let's dive into the full spectrum, from a pleasant, gentle warmth to that truly unbearable, intense heat. Really getting specific with how the sun feels.
Yeah, sunny is just the start.
We'll start with the generic term, sunny. This is your basic go-to word for when the sun is simply shining brightly. It's clear, easy, and always grammatically correct. But let's get more descriptive.
Okay.
What if it's more than just sunny? What if it's pleasantly warm? You'd naturally say, it's nice and warm today.
Ah, nice and warm. Those 2 often go together, don't they?
They really do. It often carries a connotation of relief and comfort, signaling the end of a long winter or the welcoming start of spring. It's that perfect, gentle warmth that makes you want to be outside.
And this nice and warm isn't just descriptive. It's an emotional expression, isn't it? It conveys a sense of pleasure and comfort, which is why people often extend the phrase, "Oh, it's finally nice and warm."
Yes, that collective sigh of relief. Absolutely. Then there's the intensity of the sun's light itself. For a day where the sun is exceptionally bright, almost dazzling, you might hear, "It's a bright one today."
Right, emphasizing the light, not just the heat. Makes you squint.
Exactly. It emphasizes the visual impact, how luminous and radiant the sunshine is. As the temperature begins its ascent, we transition to increasing heat. You might exclaim, "Oh man, it's hot."
We're using that structure, "it's a hot one today."
Perfect. It's a hot one today. These expressions signal that the warmth is no longer just comfortable. It's getting stronger, warmer, perhaps starting to feel a bit intense.
Okay, getting serious now.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting when we start using extreme heat exaggerations, which are incredibly common and vivid in daily English speech.
Ah, the fun stuff.
Right. For instance, you'll hear, "It's boiling." Imagine a pot of water on the stove bubbling furiously. That's the kind of extreme, almost discomforting heat this word conveys.
It's an exaggeration, obviously, but it totally works.
It really does. It's an exaggeration, but one that perfectly captures a powerful sensation. Even stronger, you might say, it's scorching.
Ooh, scorching. That sounds intense.
It is. Or, it's a scorching one today. This evokes the feeling of being in an oven, that intense, dry heat that seems to bake everything around you.
Right.
And for a slightly more casual, noun form slang term for a really hot day, you could just say, it's a scorcher.
A scorcher. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, wow, what a scorcher today.
Exactly. These words truly paint a vivid, almost visceral picture for anyone listening.
It's remarkable, isn't it, how language adapts to describe our physical discomfort. The reason we have these vivid, almost dramatic terms like boiling or scorching is because extreme heat impacts us so directly and personally.
Yeah, it really affects you.
It affects our mood, our energy, our plans. Strong words feel necessary to convey that strong experience. This isn't just about temperature. It's about expressing a shared human struggle against the elements.
That's an excellent point. It's about the feeling. And sometimes the heat isn't just about the temperature reading. It's about the very texture of the air itself.
Ah, humidity.
Exactly. You know, I hear, it's muggy, or it's humid. This is when the air is thick with moisture, making you feel like you're almost swimming outside, even if it's not actively raining.
That heavy, sticky feeling.
Yes, you'll definitely find yourself sweating more, and the air just feels heavy, clinging to your skin. This is incredibly common in summer in places like the southern U.S. or many tropical coastal areas.
Right.
And the feeling often associated with this, it's kind of miserable, is a very common opinion when it's muggy. It saps your energy.
Yeah, muggy weather is tough.
Let's make this concrete by looking at some examples and imagining how native speakers might describe these scenes.
Okay, visuals help.
Our first example shows someone snowboarding in a clear, sunny environment. What are the immediate impressions? You'd hear, it's a clear and sunny day, which is straightforward.
But obviously cold because of the snow.
Right. It's cold, yet the sun is reflecting everywhere, so it's a bright day, and definitively, it's a perfect day for snowboarding. The vocabulary here is specific to the experience of the weather.
It's combining different elements.
Exactly. Next, we see a misty boat scene. How would we describe this? Here, the air is visibly thick, so you'd hear, it's misty and definitely it's humid, or it's muggy.
Right, especially if it's like early morning in a warm place.
Yeah, if this scene is, say, in the southern U.S. during an early morning, that thick, moist air is almost palpable. Remember, as we said, muggy is like when you walk outside and you feel the water on your body. It's basically the same thing as humid.
That feeling on your skin. Got it.
Moving on to a dense jungle scene, the words immediately shift to match the environment. This is where you'd absolutely describe the conditions as humid and wet.
Thick air.
Yes. Thick air, perhaps thick and muggy when you try to breathe. For many, these are not ideal conditions for comfortable activity.
Doesn't sound very pleasant.
And finally, look at the picture of cracked, dry ground. The descriptions here are stark and impactful. Dry, scorched earth, and scorching hot.
And those casual ones.
And then we have those more casual slang terms, scorchy or a scorcher, to describe such an intensely hot, parched day. These examples truly bring home how our vocabulary precisely captures the feeling of heat and dryness.
It really shows the range, doesn't it?
Now, let's lift our gaze to the sky and consider how to describe not just what we see overhead, but also what we feel in the air. The sky, with its ever-changing canvas, tells us so much about the day, doesn't it?
It really does. It sets the whole mood.
For clear skies, your basic reliable phrase is, it's clear, or it's a clear day. Simple enough, but for a more descriptive and very common expression, one that truly paints a picture, you'd hear, not a cloud in the sky.
Ah, I love that phrase. It sounds so perfect.
It does. You can make this wonderfully casual by simply dropping the there's and saying, whoa, not a cloud in the sky today. It's perfectly understood and sounds very natural.
And that phrase, not a cloud in the sky, isn't just about clarity. It often implies a sense of optimism or perfect conditions. It's almost a statement of ideal weather, particularly for outdoor activities.
That's true, like the perfect beach day. Now, when clouds start to appear, we have a range of terms for cloudy skies. Simply, it's cloudy.
Basic, yeah.
If there are some clouds, but still plenty of blue sky visible, you'd say it's partially cloudy.
Or partly cloudy, yeah. Means there's a mix.
Exactly, there's a mix. But then there's a term that carries a bit more weight. It's overcast.
Overcast, that sounds heavier.
It does. This isn't just a few clouds. Overcast carries a darker, almost somber feeling. When it's overcast, there's no sun visible at all. The sky is completely blanketed in clouds, making it feel darker and often cooler than usual.
Right, like a lid on the sky.
Yes. If you experience a few days of this in a row, especially in places like London, some people might even describe it as miserable or just a gray sky. impacting their mood.
Yeah, it can get you down after a while.
And sometimes the sky isn't just cloudy or gray, it's actively foreboding. This is when you'd say, it looks threatening.
Ooh, threatening, like trouble's brewing.
Exactly. This implies that rain or a storm is definitely on its way. You can picture those dark, heavy, perhaps quickly moving clouds. It's a wonderfully useful phrase for warning someone.
Yeah, like if you're hiking, uh-oh, looks threatening, maybe we should head back.
Precisely. It looks threatening. I think we should turn back. It conveys a sense of urgency. Moving to windy conditions, the basic term is, it's windy, or it's a windy day.
Simple and direct.
But for a lighter, often more comfortable kind of wind, a gentle current of air, you'd say, it's pretty breezy.
Breezy, that sounds quite nice, usually.
It often does. This is that refreshing wind that might make you say, I needed that breeze, or I need to tie my hair back before it gets tangled. It often implies a positive, comfortable feeling.
This raises an important question. How does knowing the subtle differences between breezy and blustery help you communicate more precisely and naturally?
Right, like when would you use blustery?
Well, breezy often implies a pleasant, refreshing wind, perhaps light enough to gently rustle leaves. Blustery, however, suggests something much stronger and potentially more disruptive.
Okay.
A wind that forces you to brace yourself, that might carry debris or make walking difficult. These small distinctions add significant depth to your descriptions, allowing you to convey not just wind, but the character of the wind.
I often hear blustery on weather reports, but I'm not sure I'd typically use it with a friend in casual conversation unless I was really trying to paint a picture. Is there a scenario where it's truly the perfect everyday word, or is it a bit more formal?
That's a great observation. While blustery is certainly more common in formal weather reports or literature, you absolutely might hear it casually used to describe a particularly unpleasant windy day.
Unpleasant, okay.
Imagine you're standing at a bus stop, and the wind is not just strong, but it's swirling erratically, perhaps whipping your hair into your face, and generally making you feel quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can picture that.
In that moment, turning to a stranger and saying, wow, it's a blustery one today, isn't it, would feel very natural. It perfectly captures that chaotic, stronger wind, a step up from breezy, but not yet a full gale. So it's about the feeling it evokes.
That paints a perfect picture, thank you. It's that chaotic, uncomfortable kind of wind. Got it. And for truly very strong, intense wind or storms, you might hear raging winds or a raging storm.
Yeah, that sounds serious. Dangerous, even.
Definitely. These convey a powerful, almost violent force of nature. Let's see some more examples of these sky and air descriptions in action, really paying attention to the nuance. Look at the top left picture with houses and some clouds. Here, you'd accurately describe these as wispy clouds, light, feathery clouds, and generally partly cloudy.
Yeah, you can still see blue sky. What the weatherman would say.
Exactly. What the weatherman would say, and it's also very common in daily life. Next, we have rugged mountains, completely covered by clouds.
Okay, no blue sky there.
Right. This is a perfect example of cloudy, but more specifically, overcast. There's no sun, it feels dreary and dark, completely covered.
That's when you might say it's miserable or a gray sky.
Precisely. If you get a few days of that in a row, it really affects you. Our third example shows darker, dramatic clouds rolling in.
Uh-oh. That looks like trouble.
It certainly looks cloudy, but it's also potentially stormy. The most accurate description here, given the visual cues, would be threatening.
Right, time to find shelter.
Exactly. This implies you should be finding shelter, or that a storm is imminent. You can say the clouds look threatening, or simply, it looks threatening out there. It's a clear warning.
Very useful word.
Finally, we have a beautiful beach scene with clouds and movement in the water. This is clearly partly cloudy, but you can also tell it's quite windy or breezy.
Yeah, looks refreshing though.
It does. We probably wouldn't call this blustery because, as we discussed, that suggests a more chaotic, uncomfortable wind rather than what appears to be a refreshing, invigorating one on a beautiful beach.
Makes sense. The context matters.
Exactly. These examples really highlight how those subtle differences in our vocabulary help you choose the perfect word. England is famously known for its rain, and perhaps because of that, English has an incredible array of expressions for precipitation.
Probably needed them.
Right. There are significantly more ways to talk about rain and cool weather than just sunny or cloudy days, reflecting how deeply it impacts daily life. Let's explore this rich spectrum of rain.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, when you're simply anticipating rain, you'll often hear, they're calling for rain, or they said it's going to rain.
They, meaning the weather forecast.
Exactly. They simply refers to the Weather Channel, or more commonly these days, the weather app on your phone. It's a very natural, almost universal way to attribute the forecast without needing to name a specific person or source.
It's an interesting linguistic shortcut, isn't it? They functions almost as a collective consciousness of weather forecasters,
Yeah.
showing how integrated weather prediction has become into our daily lives.
Yeah, they know everything.
This phrase perfectly captures our reliance on external information for something so fundamental.
Absolutely. For light precipitation that isn't quite rain, we have a few specific terms. It's foggy, or it's hazy.
Right. Affects visibility more than getting you wet.
Exactly. When it's foggy, it's difficult to see. There's dense moisture in the air. You typically don't need a rain jacket or umbrella, but you might get slightly moist, and driving can become hazardous due to reduced visibility.
Hazy is pretty similar, right? Just that obscured view.
Pretty much the same idea. Then there's it's misty. In my opinion, and perhaps many would agree, this is kind of the most annoying type of light precipitation.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because you don't really need an umbrella because the drops are so fine, but you'll still inevitably get wet and damp.
Ah, okay. Just enough to be irritating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It feels almost like walking near a powerful waterfall where moisture is constantly in the air. This is often considered typical British weather, a frequent companion to their landscape.
The infamous mist.
Right. Moving to light rain, we have it's drizzling. This is more serious than mist. Here you'll definitely need an umbrella or a rain jacket.
Okay, so drizzle is proper rain, just light.
Yes, it's a steady, fine rain that makes it difficult to do things comfortably outside for any extended period. It's a stronger, more continuous fall than mist. You might also hear a rain shower.
That sounds a bit more formal, maybe?
It is a bit more formal, often used in forecasts. In casual conversation, showers in the afternoon is much more common than saying a rain shower, which can sound a bit stiff or overly precise.
So just showers is more natural.
Yeah, you're more likely to simply use showers, generally, to describe periods of rain that come and go. When the rain gets serious, we move into heavy rain.
Okay, the big stuff.
You can vividly say it's pouring. Imagine someone pouring a large amount of water from a cup. That's how much water is coming down from the sky, a continuous, strong stream.
Pouring, yeah, that's a good one. Visual.
And the noun form for heavy rain is there's a downpour. Both terms indicate a significant, intense amount of rain falling very quickly.
A downpour, got it.
A common, very descriptive, and almost visual expression for heavy rain is it's coming down, or it's really coming down.
Or it's really coming down out there.
Yes, you can add out there to the end for emphasis. It's really coming down out there. This phrase is used when you look out the window and it literally looks like a wall of water due to the sheer intensity of the rain, often making it hard to see anything clearly.
Wow, okay. That's serious rain.
Here in the U.S., and perhaps where you're from too, listener, people tend to have somewhat negative attitudes towards rain, especially if it's not a pleasant, warm shower.
Yeah, rain often means canceled plans.
Exactly. You might hear, it's just a wet day, meaning everything outside, and potentially you, will become thoroughly saturated. Or, if plans are ruined, and it's cold, pouring rain, and generally miserable, you'd emphatically say, it's a nasty day. Or, it's a gross day.
Nasty and gross. Strong words.
They are. These aren't just descriptions. They convey genuine displeasure and often imply continuous rain all day, unlike a shower which typically comes and goes.
This highlights the importance of not just knowing a word, but understanding its context and common usage and the emotion it carries.
Absolutely.
What's fascinating here is how cultural attitudes toward weather are reflected in language. Words like nasty or gross are strong emotional responses, showing that weather vocabulary isn't purely descriptive. It's deeply tied to human experience, comfort, and even our daily plans.
It really is. We attach feelings to the weather.
And our language reflects that.
That's a profound point. And finally, let's talk about a common idiom. It's raining cats and dogs.
Ah, the classic. Every textbook has it.
Right. This is often one of the first idioms English learners encounter, and while it does mean heavy rain, native speakers rarely use it in daily life, except perhaps as a joke to get a smile or a laugh.
Yeah, it sounds a bit quaint, old-fashioned.
Exactly. If you use it, people will certainly understand, but they might chuckle a bit because it's so theatrical. You'll sound more natural using it's pouring or it's coming down.
Good tip. Stick to pouring.
Let's see this in action with more pictures that beautifully illustrate these rain descriptions.
Okay.
Our first example is a cliff shrouded in white. The immediate clearest description.
It's foggy.
Definitely foggy. Can't see
All
much.
right. There's certainly not good visibility, and if you were talking about driving, you might hear warnings about low visibility, emphasizing the danger. Next, we see a couple happily walking with an umbrella.
Looks like light rain. Exactly. This is clearly raining, but it doesn't look like an absolute deluge. So, drizzling or a light shower are perfect, gentle descriptions. They're still enjoying nature and not desperately trying to hide, which suggests the intensity isn't too great.
They look quite happy, actually.
They do. Now look at the third picture. A girl inside with an umbrella, looking out at a gloomy day.
Okay. She doesn't look happy.
No. This is where you'd use words like gloomy, raining, or potentially even pouring if it's really coming down hard. This is also the perfect scenario for describing a gross day or nasty weather.
Yeah, definitely a stay inside kind of day.
For sure. It's definitely not a day for a walk. It indicates continual rain all day rather than a passing shower, meaning you want to stay indoors and feel quite miserable. And for our final example, a street with intense, heavy rain.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of water.
This is absolutely the strongest rain of all. Here, you'd confidently say, there's a downpour, or it's pouring.
Like someone literally poured a bucket.
It really looks like someone just poured their cup from the sky, making it a truly heavy, intense rain event. These examples really help solidify the different levels of precipitation and the feelings they evoke.
Very clear.
As temperatures inevitably drop, a whole new set of vocabulary emerges to describe the cold and, of course, the magical world of snow.
Ah, winter words.
Yes. This is another area where English has a surprisingly rich array of expressions, reflecting our deep interaction with winter. For temperature transition, you'll often hear, it's getting cooler outside, or it's getting colder outside.
Using getting suggests that change over time.
Exactly. The verb get is very natural here, indicating a gradual, ongoing change. This is used not just for seasonal shifts like summer transitioning to fall, but also for a sudden drop in temperature before a summer storm.
Right, like, ooh, it's getting cooler, maybe rain's coming.
Precisely. You might sigh with relief and say, finally, it's getting cooler outside. When it comes to warnings and advice for cold weather, you might hear, there's a cold front coming up next week.
Okay, a cold front. That sounds like a big change.
It usually is. It indicates that a significant mass of cold weather is approaching, perhaps due to Arctic winds or a regional weather pattern. It's a common phrase to describe impending cold. And if it's truly getting cold, you'll often hear of a very friendly and practical piece of advice. Make sure you bundle up.
Bundle up. Love that phrasal verb. Wear everything warm.
Exactly. This is a fantastic phrasal verb, meaning to wear all your warm clothes, your hat, scarf, gloves, your thickest winter coat, and boots. It's a common phrase you'll hear from concerned friends or family.
Good advice.
To help you with indicating cold visually or sensually, a common and very immediate way to judge the temperature is to say, I can see my breath.
Ah, yeah, the classic test.
It is. If the air is cooler than your body, the moisture in your breath condenses and becomes visible when you exhale. It's a classic, universal sign of cold. And of course, a simple, emphatic way to describe extreme cold is it's freezing.
Just plain freezing means really cold.
Exactly. This simply means it's extremely uncomfortably cold, often used just before or during snow.
It's interesting how deeply ingrained these sensory experiences are in our language. Seeing your breath isn't just a fact. It's a shared experience that immediately conveys a certain level of cold without needing a single number.
So true. It connects us through common physical sensations.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly. It's a universal indicator. Now, on to snow descriptions. The basic, often excited description is, it's snowing.
Usually said with some excitement, right?
Totally. Especially if you live in a place where snow isn't an everyday occurrence, this phrase is usually met with genuine excitement, particularly by children. If it's not heavy snow, just a few flakes drifting down, you might say there are just a few flurries.
Flurries, just light, occasional flakes.
Exactly. Occasional snowflakes, not a continuous heavy downfall. And sometimes you see snow falling, but frustratingly, it's not sticking.
Ah, the disappointment. When it melts as soon as it lands.
Yes. This happens when the ground is warmer than the snow, so it melts upon contact. This is often a sad moment for kids who desperately want to build a snowman or play in the snow.
I remember that feeling.
When snow does stick, we often describe its texture, which is important for snow activities. You might hear, this is great snowball snow.
Ah, the packing snow.
Right. Or you can pack the snowballs really easily with this. This describes snow that is moist enough to stick together, perfect for playing and making snow sculptures. In contrast, powdery snow falls apart easily, like flour or sugar, making it harder to pack, but often excellent for skiing.
Right, different types for different activities.
Exactly. After the snow has been around for a bit, we move to post-snow conditions, which are often less beautiful and more challenging.
Yeah, the messy part.
Right, it's slushy.
Yeah.
Describes wet, broken-up ice, often gray or black on roads from cars and dirt. It's messy and slivery.
Slushy. Yeah.
And of course, it's icy. Means surfaces are slippery, leading to warnings and careful walking. A particularly dangerous icy condition one you absolutely need to watch out for is black ice on the road.
Black ice, that sounds scary because you can't see it.
Exactly. This is invisible ice on black asphalt. Extremely dangerous because you can't see it until you're already on it, making driving treacherous.
Definitely need to know that term.
Absolutely. Sometimes you experience unusual cold precipitation in unexpected seasons, which is called hail.
Hail. Ice falling from the sky, sometimes in summer.
Yes. These are balls of ice falling from the sky, and they can happen at any time of year, even summer. Hail can be small, like peas, or described dramatically as golf ball-sized, baseball-sized, or even softball-sized.
Wow, that big. That must cause damage.
It does. Large hail is extremely damaging to cars, plants, and roofs, often leading to urgent warnings to protect property. Finally, for the depths of winter, you might hear, "It's the dead of winter."
The dead of winter. Sounds bleak.
It kind of does. This refers to the middle of winter, typically January, when it feels like winter has been going on forever and will continue for much longer. It can be associated with feelings of sadness or weariness due to the persistent cold and lack of sun.
Like you're just waiting for spring.
Exactly. Interestingly, you can also use dead of summer for the peak of that season, when the heat is at its most intense.
Ah, okay. So dead of means the absolute middle, most intense part. This raises an important question about safety and practical knowledge. Knowing terms like black ice or golf ball-sized hail isn't just vocabulary. It's practical information that can truly protect you, your property, and others.
That's so true. It's functional language.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you see how language adapts to describe critical, actionable situations, providing essential information in everyday conversation. It highlights the functional power of language.
It really does. It's about being informed and able to communicate warnings. Let's look at some examples to illustrate these cold and snow descriptions.
Okay, more pictures.
First, we have a horse in a snowy field. You can immediately see he looks a bit sad, and crucially, you can see his breath, clearly indicating it's freezing.
Yeah, definitely cold. Just a light snow, though.
Right. There's only a light dusting of snow, not heavy, so if you bundle up, you'd probably be fine for a walk. Next, a city street with snow and slush.
Ah, the messy reality.
Yes. This scene definitely looks icy and slushy, making it risky if you're on the road driving. The snow here is gray after cars have driven on it, and it looks like a pretty big snow event, so you might say the snow is deep or the ground is covered rather than just a dusting.
Looks like it snowed quite a bit there.
It does. Then someone happily throwing a snowball. This is clearly a snowy day, and you can tell the snow is powdery snow, but also that it can form a snowball really well, meaning it's easy to pack.
Perfect snowball snow, and he's bundled up.
Yes. The person himself is bundled up, hat, coat, gloves, showing he's perfectly dressed for the cold weather. Finally, we see sheep in a heavy snowfall.
Wow, poor sheep. That looks like heavy snow.
It does. Here, it's clearly snowing, with big snow flurries, and significantly low visibility. You could say it's snowing hard, or it's really coming down out there.
Is it a blizzard?
It's not quite a blizzard, I think. In a blizzard, you couldn't see a thing, and strong wind would be blowing hard, but the flurries here are definitely sticking to the ground, accumulating quickly.
Okay, so snowing hard, but maybe not blizzard level yet.
Right. These images truly bring the cold and snow vocabulary to life. Knowing the specific numbers of a temperature reading is one thing, but how do we talk about them naturally in everyday conversation?
Yeah, just saying the number isn't always the most natural way.
Exactly. There's a subtle art to it, especially when considering the significant cultural differences in how we measure and discuss temperature. When reporting specific temperatures for positive degrees, it's wonderfully simple. It's 20 degrees.
Straightforward.
However, for negative temperatures, there are more variations. You could say it's minus 20 degrees, it's negative 20 degrees, or it's 20 degrees below zero.
Okay, so a few options for below zero. All common.
Pretty much. These are all common and generally interchangeable, so you have options. For more general temperature ranges, when you don't need to be precise, you might hear, it's above freezing.
Like 3 degrees C or 35 Fahrenheit, something like that?
Exactly. Or conversely, it's below freezing, which would be -3 degrees Celsius, or -3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
And if it's generally cold enough to be negative, you can simply say it's below zero. These phrases are great for conveying the overall temperature feeling without getting bogged down in exact numbers.
Yeah, sometimes the feeling is more important than the exact degree.
Definitely. Now, a crucial distinction for English learners around the globe is the difference between Fahrenheit and Celsius.
Ah, the big one. FESC.
Yes. In the U.S., we predominantly use Fahrenheit. So if you're listening to American weather reports, watching an American movie, or talking to an American, the temperature will almost certainly be in Fahrenheit.
Right. Gotta know your audience.
Absolutely. However, the rest of the world predominantly uses Celsius. You absolutely need to be aware of who you're talking to.
This is a perfect example of how language reflects culture and distinct measurement systems. While most people globally know that 20 degrees is generally pleasant, 30 degrees C is really hot, and 0 degrees C is freezing.
Right. Those benchmarks are pretty universal.
The specific numbers between those benchmarks can be quite tricky to convert quickly, even for those who've lived in different countries. For Americans, it's often more natural to use Fahrenheit because that's the system we grew up with, and our understanding of what feels hot or feels cold is calibrated to that scale.
It's true. Even I sometimes struggle to quickly convert in my head. What's also fascinating is the difference between casual versus specific conversation.
Tell me more.
In everyday chats, people often refer to the general feeling of the temperature. It's freezing out there, rather than a specific number, unless someone explicitly asks.
Right, you say it's freezing more often than it's 28 degrees.
Exactly. But even then, there's the concept of the feels like temperature or wind chill. You might check your phone and say, it says it's 40 degrees, but it feels like 35 or 30 because of the wind.
The wind chill factor. That makes a huge difference.
It really does. That wind chill makes it feel colder than the actual measured air temperature, which is a key part of how we experience weather.
This highlights a key insight. People often prioritize conveying their subjective experience of the weather over the objective number. The feels like temperature captures how our bodies react to a combination of factors, not just the mercury reading.
Yeah, how it actually feels on your skin.
This raises an important question. How does knowing these nuances help you navigate conversations more smoothly, even if you sometimes get the numerical conversion wrong?
Good question.
It shows that understanding context, cultural norms, and the feeling behind the words is just as important as the vocabulary itself. It helps you connect on a human level.
It's absolutely about that connection. Let's look at some personal examples of temperature to make this real and put it into context.
Okay.
Our first example is a picture of a snowman that we built. The temperature that day was 28 degrees air, which for most of the world is about -2 degrees C.
Okay, 28 F2C. Pretty cold.
In the U.S., we rarely say minus for Fahrenheit unless it's extremely, extremely cold, like -20 degrees Fahrenheit. While -2 degrees C isn't bad for some countries, -2 degrees air is truly frigid.
Right. -2 Celsius is manageable cold. -2 Fahrenheit is seriously cold. Big difference.
Huge difference. It really highlights the vast difference between the two scales and how our perception shifts. In casual conversation, we probably just say it's freezing out there rather than it's 28 degrees because the feeling is more immediate than the precise number.
Focus on the feeling.
Our second example shows our son bundled up on a log when the temperature was 38 degrees air or 3 degrees C.
So just above freezing.
Exactly, above freezing.
Right.
But as you can clearly see, it still requires significant bundling up. Even though it was 38 degrees air, it felt like it was below freezing due to the wind chill.
The wind chill again.
Perfectly illustrating that feels like temperature we just discussed. The actual measurement often doesn't tell the whole story of how you experience the cold.
That's a great illustration.
Finally, let's bring it all together by looking at the simple questions you'll hear most frequently and that you can confidently ask yourself.
Okay, the practical questions.
These are your essential entry points into weather small talk, the phrases that will kick off countless conversations. You'll most frequently hear, "What's the weather like today?" and "What's the temperature today?"
Straightforward, asking for facts.
Exactly. These are direct and clear ways to get specific information. They're functional and universally understood. Then there are slightly more open-ended questions like, "How's the weather?" or "What's it like outside?"
How are those different?
Often these questions are seeking more than just a factual report. They're implicitly asking for advice on how to dress or what to expect.
Ah, okay. So the answer might be more descriptive or advisory.
Exactly. The person asking might be thinking, should I bring my umbrella? Should I put on my snow boots? They want to know the feel of the weather and its practical implications to guide their choices.
This is a great point about implicit communication. The answer you give isn't just about meteorology, it's about helping someone prepare for their day.
Yeah, it's practical help.
Your nuanced vocabulary allows you to provide genuinely helpful, actionable information, moving beyond a simple good or bad to something truly useful.
And now, with all the expressions we've covered today, from scorching to blustery, from drizzling to freezing, and everything in between, you are completely prepared to give specific, natural, and expressive answers to these questions.
They've got the tools now.
You've got this. Instead of just saying good, you can now confidently say it's a beautiful, crisp autumn day, or it's muggy and absolutely miserable out there. That's the power, the richness, and the confidence you now wield.
That's a huge step up. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the weather isn't just an isolated phenomenon. It's woven into the very fabric of how people live, travel, eat, and enjoy life across the globe.
Right. It dictates so much.
Understanding the seasons helps us understand human activity, culture, and even the daily routines and celebrations of people in different regions. Let's start with the universally recognized 4 main seasons that shape so much of our world and how we describe them.
Okay, the big 4. First up, spring, the season of new beginnings. This time of year is universally characterized by mild and pleasant weather. It's not too hot, and thankfully, not too cold.
That lovely in-between time.
Exactly. Trees start to grow new green leaves, and colorful flowers bloom everywhere, bringing a fresh vibrancy and optimism to the world. Think of Tokyo, Japan, where spring is famously associated with its breathtaking cherry blossoms.
Ah, yes, sakura season. Beautiful.
With people enjoying the beautiful pink flowers under a clear blue sky. Or Paris, France, where the parks are full of vibrant tulips and roses. The air feels fresh, and everyone enjoys walking outdoors, savoring the rebirth of nature.
Sounds idyllic. Key words for spring.
Key words to describe spring include pleasant, fresh, mild, breezy, and blooming. It's a time of gentle transition.
Blooming is a great one for spring.
Next, we have summer, the hottest time. This is, of course, the hottest season of the year, where the sun shines brightly and the days are wonderfully long, inviting outdoor activities. Sometimes the heat can feel quite strong, even oppressive.
Long days, hot sun.
In Delhi, India, for instance, summer can be extremely hot, with temperatures often rising above 40 degrees C, leading people to rely heavily on air conditioners, seek shade, and drink plenty of cold water to cope.
Wow, over 40 C is serious heat.
It is. In contrast, New York, USA, experiences warm but incredibly lively summers, with people flocking to beaches, wearing light clothes, and enjoying ice cream in iconic places like Central Park.
Different kinds of summer heat and experience.
Exactly. Words to describe summer are hot, sunny, humid, bright, scorching, and sweaty.
Sweaty is a very relatable summer word.
Isn't it just? Following summer is autumn, also widely known as fall, the season of change. During this season, the weather noticeably becomes cooler, and a spectacular transformation occurs as the trees turn vibrant shades of red, yellow, and orange.
The colorful season, fall or autumn.
Yes, both are common. The air feels crisp, carrying the scent of fallen leaves, signaling that nature is gracefully preparing for winter. In London, UK, autumn days are often cloudy, accompanied by gentle rain and characterized by falling leaves, creating a very picturesque yet often damp atmosphere.
Right. London autumns often sound a bit wet.
Meanwhile, in Toronto, Canada, autumn is incredibly beautiful because of the truly vibrant, colorful leaves, drawing tourists from all over to witness this natural spectacle.
Ah, the Canadian maples. Stunning.
Keywords for autumn include cool, windy, colorful, dry, crisp, and golden.
Crisp is a perfect autumn word.
And finally, we arrive at winter, the coldest season. This is the coldest time of year, marked by short days and long, dark nights. In many cities, snow is a common and often beautiful sight.
Short days, long nights, cold temperatures.
In Moscow, Russia, the streets are famously covered in white snow, and people bundle up in thick coats, gloves, and scarves to brave the biting cold.
Proper winter gear needed there.
Definitely. In London, UK, winter is often cold and rainy, making people prefer to stay indoors, sipping hot tea or gathering by a warm fire.
More rain for London.
Seems like it. Even in India, places like Shimla experience winter with stunning snow-covered mountains, transforming into a favorite tourist destination.
So snow even in parts of India. Interesting.
Yes. Words to describe winter are cold, chilly, freezing, snowy, frosty, and icy. Each season brings its own set of experiences and, as you've learned, a rich vocabulary to match.
A whole seasonal vocabulary set.
So what does this all mean for understanding diverse climates? Let's take a truly deep dive into a country that exemplifies weather diversity. India.
India. Perfect example. So much variety.
It really is. It's a vast country, from snowy mountains to warm beaches, offering a mini world of weather in one place.
What's fascinating here is how India's geography creates such a wide range of climates, each with its own unique beauty and weather story. This provides a rich tapestry for applying our new vocabulary.
Absolutely. Let's explore some key regions. Hashtag tag 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 2.1 extreme deserts and tropical coasts. Let's start with the extremes. First, Rajasthan, the desert heat. We're talking a hot and dry desert climate.
Right, think back to scorching.
Exactly. Summers are scorching, blazing, unbearable, often hitting 48 degrees C. The air is dry, dusty, and can feel suffocating.
That dry heat we talked about, very different from humid heat.
Completely. But the nights, surprisingly cool and breezy.
That contrast again makes the nights a relief.
Totally. Winters, on the other hand, are chilly, crisp, calm, especially in cities like Jaisalmer.
So a huge seasonal swing.
And let's jump south to Kerala, the tropical paradise. This is a tropical monsoon climate.
Okay, opposite end of the spectrum. Wet and humid.
Exactly. The air is humid, warm, sticky. Rains are frequent, making the state incredibly lush, green, refreshing.
Refreshing rain, even if it's heavy.
Right. The monsoon sky is often cloudy, gray, dramatic, with gentle showers in the famous backwaters adding to the atmosphere. Winters. Pleasant and soothing, perfect for those Aleppi houseboat rides.
Sounds lovely. Different kind of beauty.
Then there's Goa, sunny beaches and rainy romance. Another coastal climate, warm and humid.
Goa, known for beaches.
Summers are sultry, sweaty, sticky, but the beaches still feel bright, sunny, cheerful. The monsoon transforms it lush, rainy, dramatic, with waves crashing under dark, stormy skies.
So the monsoon brings a different kind of drama there, too.
It does. Winters are cool, lively, vibrant, peak tourist season with festivals and nightlife. Each region uses our vocabulary, but emphasizes different aspects. Hashtag tag 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 2.2.2 Himalayan wonders.
Okay, let's head north now, to the mountains.
To the Himalayan wonders. Let's start with Himachal Pradesh, the snowy hills. Magical weather here.
Magical sounds promising.
Summers are cool, breezy, refreshing in the mountains. The air smells like pine. Mornings are crisp and clear. But winters, Shimla and Manali get covered with snow, frost, icy winds. A true winter wonderland.
Okay, so snowy, frosty, icy are key winter words here.
Definitely. Next, Uttarakhand, the land of mountains and mist. Weather changes quickly here. Summers in towns like Nainital are mild, refreshing, breezy.
Sounds pleasant.
The monsoon makes the mountains wet, misty, slippery, with clouds often floating right between the valleys. Winters in higher areas like Ali are freezing, snowy, everything sparkling with ice crystals.
Misty and slippery, good words for mountain monsoons.
Then there's Jammu and Kashmir, the crown of India, often described as having a heavenly climate.
Heavenly, high praise.
It gets it. Spring, valleys are colorful, fragrant, fresh with tulips and almond blossoms. Summers are pleasant, cool, breezy, snow still shining on the peaks. Autumn is golden, crisp, charming as the chinar trees turn red.
Wow, really distinct seasons.
And winters are freezing, snowy, magical, especially in Gulmarg and Srinagar. You really use the full range here. Further east, Sikkim cool mountains and snowy peaks. Generally a pleasant climate.
More mountains.
Summers are cool, refreshing, breezy. Monsoon makes the valleys misty and wet, waterfalls everywhere. Winters in Gangtok and higher regions like Nathula are freezing, snowy, sea white.
Misty, wet, snowy, freezing, sensing a pattern for Himalayan winters.
Absolutely. In Arunachal Pradesh, land of the rising sun, diverse weather again. Valleys have mild, breezy, refreshing summers and cold, frosty winters. Higher Himalayan areas are snowy, freezing, glittering white.
Glittering white, nice image.
In the morning skies, often clear, radiant, golden with the first sunrise. It just shows the incredible variety even within the mountain regions. Hashtag tag 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 2.2.3 Central Plains and diverse regions. Okay, let's move away from the coasts and high mountains to the Central Plains and diverse regions. First, Maharashtra coastal warmth and rains, a tropical climate.
Back to humidity.
Yep. Mumbai summers are hot, sweaty, humid. The monsoon brings heavy rains, thunder, lightning, often flooding streets but cooling the air. Poon's winters are pleasant, mild, comfortable, with cool and misty mornings.
Thunder and lightning adds another dimension to rain descriptions.
Definitely. Then, Punjab, the land of extreme seasons. Hot summers, cold winters, rainy monsoons.
Extreme sounds right for the plains.
Summers, the plains are dry, sweltering, blazing. Winters are foggy, chilly, biting cold. The fields look green or golden depending on the season. And the rains bring fertility and freshness.
Sweltering, blazing, biting cold, strong words for strong seasons.
West Bengal, from mountains to seas. Diverse again. Kolkata is hot, humid, sticky in summer, with heavy downpours and thunderstorms in monsoon. But Darjeeling up north is misty, foggy, cool. Sounds lovely for tea.
Winters in Kolkata are mild and pleasant, while the hills are cold and frosty. Then Tamil Nadu, hot sun and late monsoons. Mostly hot, dry, sunny.
Sounds intense. Summers can be intense, blazing, exhausting heat. The main rainfall comes later, with the northeast monsoon from October to December, making the air cool, damp, refreshing. Coastal towns like Chennai often feel humid and sticky. Hill stations like Ooty are cool and soothing.
So the timing of the rain is different there. Interesting. Damp is a good word, too.
Let's quickly cover a few more central states. Bihar, land of heat and fog. Summers are hot, dry, exhausting. Monsoon brings heavy showers, thunder, lightning. Winters are foggy, chilly, misty, especially around Patna.
Foggy seems common in North Indian winters.
It is. Jharkhand forest climate. Warm, humid, tropical. Hot and dry summers. Rainy and refreshing monsoons. Pleasant, foggy, cool winters in places like Ranchi.
Refreshing monsoons again shows that positive view of rain sometimes.
Madhya Pradesh. Heart of India. Extreme climate. Blazing, scorching, dry summers. Rainy and stormy monsoons. Cold, foggy, quiet winters in cities like Bhopal.
Scorching, stormy, foggy covers a lot.
Chhattisgarh. Hot plains and rainy forests. Hot summers, wet monsoons, mild winters. The Basar forests look green, damp, and alive during the rains.
Damp and alive, nice description for the forest rain.
Odisha, coastal heat and cyclones. Hot, humid climate. Summers are sultry and sweaty. The monsoon can bring cyclonic rains, gusty winds, storms.
Cyclonic and gusty adding wind intensity to the rain.
Winters are cool, pleasant, breezy in Bhubaneswar and Puri, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Hot and semi-arid. Mostly hot, dry, sunny. Hyderabad has blistering summers, stormy monsoons, cool, clear winters. Coastal Andhra has humid breezes and heavy monsoon rains.
Blistering heat, another strong one.
Karnataka, diverse weather. Bangalore is known for its pleasant, mild climate all year. Cool evenings, gentle breezes, sometimes sudden showers. Coastal Karnataka is humid and rainy. North Karnataka is dry and hot.
Bangalore sounds like ideal weather. Gentle breezes, sudden showers.
It's famous for it. Gujarat, dry heat and cool winters. Summers are hot, arid, especially in Kutch. The air feels dry, harsh, dusty. Monsoons are short but heavy. Winters are cool, crisp, enjoyable.
Arid, harsh, dusty really captures that desert feel.
And finally, Haryana and Delhi. Extreme and harsh. Scorching, dry summers. Humid monsoons. Foggy, freezing winters. The weather often feels unpredictable, intense, extreme.
Extreme seems to be the key word for Delhi's weather year-round. Hashtag 2.4 Northeast slushness.
Okay, let's finish our India tour in the Northeast, known for its incredible greenery.
Right, often very wet regions.
Starting with Assam tea gardens in the rain. A humid subtropical climate. Summers are warm, damp, muggy. The monsoon brings heavy rainfall, thunder, mist. Tea gardens look lush, green, sparkling with dew. Winters are mild, foggy, cool.
Sparkling with dew, beautiful image for after the rain.
Meghalaya, the abode of clouds. Famously one of the wettest places on earth, like Cherrapunji.
Right, gets incredible amounts of rain.
The rain feels endless, heavy, rhythmic, filling waterfalls and rivers. The weather is often cloudy, misty, mysterious. Summers are cool and pleasant. Winters are chilly, foggy, crisp, and Shillong.
Endless, heavy, rhythmic rain. Mysterious mist. Very atmospheric words.
Nagaland, gentle rains and green hills. Pleasant and moderate climate. Summers are warm, comfortable, breezy. Monsoon makes the hills wet, misty, lush. Winters are cold, crisp, foggy, especially in Kohima.
Comfortable, breezy summers sound nice. Misty and lush for the monsoon.
Manipur, mild and misty. Moderate climate again. Summer's warm but not harsh. Monsoon brings steady rain, cool breezes, green landscapes. Winters are chilly, dry, refreshing. Loktak Lake often looks shiny, mist-covered, peaceful in the mornings.
Mist-covered and peaceful. Lovely.
Mizoram, green hills and cool breezes. Always green, misty, soothing. Summers are pleasant and cool, gentle winds. Monsoon showers make forests look fresh and alive. Winters are dry, chilly, calm, perfect for walks in Azle.
Soothing, fresh, alive, very positive nature words here.
And Tripura, humid and rainy. Tropical climate. Summers are hot, sticky, humid. Monsoon brings torrential rains, making rivers and forests overflow. Winters are short, cool, comfortable in Agartala.
Torrential rain's another step up in intensity. Hashtag tag 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 2.2.5 Island and Union Territories, India.
And just to round it out, a quick mention of some islands and territories. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are tropical, humid, breezy with sudden rains.
Island weather often unpredictable.
Lashadweep is sunny, humid, stormy during monsoon. Chandigarh has hot summers, rainy monsoons, and cold, foggy winters, similar to Punjab, Haryana.
Right.
Ladakh, way up north, is icy, freezing, dry winds with snowy mountains, a cold desert.
Icy, freezing, dry winds, harsh conditions.
And Puducherry down south is hot, coastal, humid, with monsoon showers. It just shows the incredible range across one country.
Absolutely amazing diversity. It really drives home how climate shapes everything. Hashtag tag tag outro.
Wow, what an incredible journey we've just taken together. From truly mastering the nuances of a scorching day versus a muggy one.
Right, getting those subtle differences.
To trekking through the freezing, snowy, and magical winters of the Himalayas and then navigating the powerful downpours of a tropical monsoon, you've now got a treasure trove of expressions to make your English sound truly rich and expressive when talking about the weather.
Loads of new tools for your toolkit.
You're no longer stuck with the same few words, but can paint vivid, evocative pictures that genuinely capture your experience.
This deep dive has shown us that weather isn't just about the numbers on a thermometer or the lines on a map. It's about how different parts of the world come alive, how seasons shape landscapes, cultures, and daily routines, and how these unique experiences are beautifully captured and conveyed in language. Understanding this helps you see the world and your language learning in a whole new, interconnected light, linking words to the very pulse of life around the globe.
That's beautifully put.
So what's fascinating here is how you can now take these words and truly make them your own, painting vivid pictures with your English no matter where you are.
And that, dear listener, is our mission here, to make you a more confident, a more articulate, and a truly well-informed English speaker.
That's the goal.
We hope you're feeling empowered, ready to step out there and describe the world around you with this newfound, rich vocabulary. Remember, every time you look out your window and describe the weather in English, using one of these new terms, you're not just speaking.
You're practicing reinforcing.
Exactly. You're building your confidence, you're making a connection, and you're enriching your understanding, step by confident step. You truly are doing great.
Keep at it.
Before you go, we have one final provocative thought for you to ponder. Think about your own city or region right now, wherever you are. What's one new weather expression you learned today that perfectly describes it? Or perhaps the feeling you have about its weather?
Ooh, good challenge.
Try using it in a sentence right now, out loud. Just give it a go.
Make it real for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. If you found this useful, if you had an aha moment, or if you simply enjoyed our conversation, please do us a huge favor. Like this episode.
Please do.
Share it with another English learner who might truly benefit from these insights. And subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future deep dives.
We'd really appreciate it.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep speaking English with confidence.